now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time of day, please rise and gentlemen from your hats as we honor America as the Armstrong High School Band will be performing our national anthem this evening, followed by the Armstrong High School Alma Mater.
Good evening and welcome to Armstrong Junior Senior High School for tonight's WPIAL girls basketball matchup between the visiting Hampton Talbots and the home Armstrong Riverhawks. My name is Joe Rhodes. Joining me is the one, the only Logan Badek. Logan, welcome aboard once again. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. And should be a good game. Armstrong coming off of a nice little stretch. Emma Paul, of course, retaking the school record for points in a single game from Caden Olson, something that Caden got in his final season, his senior year. He took it from Emma, who achieved it her freshman year, so she took a 2-year gap off before stealing back that record of 45 points in a game.
That game was in Indiana, right? Was it even 40?
Yes, I was actually at that game. It was during COVID, very little people in the crowd.
I can imagine.
And we had these real random courtside seats in the old gym.
I remember that.
Yep. And yeah, there were dead spots in that court. It was just, it was a mess.
They have a new court now, don't they?
They do. So yeah, Emma didn't let the court stop her that night. She scored 40, but one-upped it, or I guess you say five-upped it, with 45 in the game against Mars. So we're going to pause for the starting lineups here and come back for the first quarter.
The starting five for the home team on the scoreboard this evening, and dressed in white for Armstrong Riverhawks. A 5'6" junior guard, number 1.
I brought all those. Take whatever you want. Remember, Joey took yours, so don't worry about it.
And those were your starting lineups presented by Steffi's Country Catering. Make sure you check out Steffi's Country Catering Sunday specials. Now that the football playoffs are here and the Steelers are in it, Logan, a great time to call up Steffi's and see what they have cooking for Sunday takeouts. And make sure you look up Terry Steffi on Facebook, at Terry Steffi. He puts up what they have on Sundays. There's a variety. There's different meals you can get, and they're always guaranteed to be plentiful portions at Steffi's Country Catering.
That is if you're not driving to Buffalo, because I do know a couple guys making the trip.
I'll tell you what, you want to talk about one football fan base, traveling to another place where people were infamous for diving through tables and just loving their football team as much as anything in that town. It's Buffalo, and it's kind of apropos that these two teams are facing off in the playoffs. 3 previous meetings in the playoffs, Steelers 2-1 in those matchups. Yeah. But that's conversation for another day. We'll get back to the action here, Logan. I could talk football with you all day, but the Riverhawks looking to come up with another big win on the road, beating Mars on that last game. Of course, Emma Paul setting the record in that, and as they often do, winning the tip, and Emma right up with it, and good. 2-0 Riverhawks. Emma Paul picking up where she left off with a bucket, and the Riverhawks, they love to do that. Get that tip, Emma starts breaking for the basket, and man, oh man, if I had a nickel for every time that she got a bucket on that particular kind of play, Logan, I'd have quite a few nickels.
Yeah, you'd be a rich man.
Paul with the brief steal, but stepping out of bounds. Her momentum kind of carrying her towards that Talbots bench. Ball back to the visitors in blue. Your thoughts on the new court here, Logan?
I like it. I like the design of it, but we did have some early malfunctions.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there's the key, R, on the right side, actually was taped about 2 weeks after being put in.
Interesting.
The board started coming up. But other than that, beautiful.
I like the shade. It's a little bit brighter. It makes it brighter in here, so that's always
we really needed that.
Nice to have when you're up here in the crow's nest. And
the crow's nest. Some good ball.
The hawk's nest, I guess. And crow's nest, when I think of crow's nest, I think of a little bit more of the compact sort of kind of like porchy looking deals. I doubt you've ever been to Portage High School, but they have a very interesting place to view the games when you're doing broadcasts. It's basically a deck that kind of hangs out over the court.
Really?
Yeah, it's very, very unique. That, again, topic for another day is turnover by the Talbots. Ball back to the Riverhawks. Just about a minute into this one, Riverhawks lead 2-0. A basket off the tip by Emma Paul. The difference?
Yeah, not much action here early. Unlike the boys game we did the other night.
Fitzgerald from the line, shooter's roll. A little inside-outside there. Paul dumped it down to Sarai Weaver. She did a power dribble, decides to kick it back to the foul line where Kyla Fitzgerald pulled the jumper and got that friendly roll to give the Riverhawks a 2-0 advantage here in the first quarter. And going up with it and getting fouled on the other end quickly was number 22, Sterling Thompson, senior. That foul went against Emma Paul. First shot up by Thompson, no good. 5'9" senior. Some good games between these two teams in recent years.
Yeah, this is always a key matchup to watch in the season.
That one getting all the metal in the rim there as it goes in, and the Talbots are on the scoreboard. Can't change that. There we go. Score didn't want to change there for a moment. That's Yancey dribbles with the basketball. Bella's mom, of course, the terrific photographer.
Nicola Ann.
Yep, Nicola Ann photography. Reverse layup attempt by Fitzgerald. She's fouled. Nice job there to decide to take it to the other side of the rim there, Logan, and kind of use the hoop as her. You kind of go for that reverse and use the hoop as sort of a.
Yeah.
I don't know what word I was looking for
I don't
there.
really know either, but I will agree with you. It was nice. She does a really good job of drawing contact. So props to her for using the right side this time.
Fitzgerald knocking down the first free throw. Good to see her getting started early. Second one good.
That's always good for this Riverhawks offense, so they don't have to rely on Paul as much. But Fitzgerald is a great number 2 to her. So it's nice to see her get on the board early.
Deep three.
Wow.
That one front rim no good, but right there was Thompson. No good on that shot as Fitzgerald gets the board, gets it to Paul, and they're out and running. Ball to the corner.
Mellish wide open.
Wide open, no good. Tipped around, but that foul's going to go against Yancey. You like the effort there, but just a little aggressive over the back.
Yeah.
So second foul against the Riverhawks, first against Yancey. 6-1 the score. 4 points so far from Kyla Fitzgerald, the other bucket coming from Emma Paul.
Yep, as expected with this offense.
Back rim, no good. Yancey rips that one away, a 50-50 ball, and Riverhawks limit the Talbots to one attempt on that trip. 5:33 left, first quarter.
Yeah, something to watch for throughout this game with Armstrong is their ability to eliminate offensive rebounds and second chance points for Hampton tonight.
Absolutely. One of the biggest keys, I think, in high school basketball, be it boys or girls basketball, is just doing a good job on that defensive glass and limiting the opportunities as DiGregorio and Allensworth come in to spell Yancey and Weaver. 6-1. 2:40 into this game. Thompson with it. Gets it back to the top, and Talbot's content with going through their offense. Blackout here tonight in the Hawks' Nest.
Yeah, the student section having to switch it up tonight with the band.
Yeah, I liked it. And they even played my favorite jam, The Horse. Do you know what that is, Logan?
No idea.
It's a song that I don't think gets played enough in high school anymore. The Horse. Dan Goldinger up here with us as well. Dan, do you know The Horse? We'll have to play it. The Horse. It's a song by the marching bands. Dan looking at me like I'm making up names. No, it's funny. You don't hear it enough at games anymore, especially indoors for basketball games. One attempt for the Riverhawks to the other end. Shot up no good. That shot was by Megan Murray, who made the bucket on the last trip to give the Talbots their first field goal of the game. The Horse.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say. Well, you know, Mr. Jason Vineski, he does a great job of with this band. He's been our conductor since Mrs. Gamble retired, and he's just tremendous. And such a hard worker, very musically gifted, and our music department as a whole does a great job at the school.
Yeah, and I got to deal with Mr. Vineski a little bit in our things that we've done around here. You know, we worked, I'm trying to remember what we did in the auditorium. A couple things. We did the debates earlier this year. But he's always been a huge help to us, and we certainly appreciate him. And
he's also the lights guy. That's why. I'm pretty sure that's probably why.
Over and back there. Credit to number 14, Kathleen Millen, for the attempt to get it across, but her foot is in the backcourt. Ball over to the Riverhawks. Another turnover for Hampton. That's something I'm sure they're going to want to limit here as this one goes on.
Yeah, Hampton has just not done a great job of keeping the ball in play.
Shot up and
nice
good.
job.
Allensworth able to power through the contact and get it to go. Her first bucket of the game. Third Riverhawks player to enter the scoring column. Kind of blanked out there for a moment.
Yeah.
Thompson,
I've done that a couple times already.
I'm good for it at least, you know, a half dozen times a game.
Ooh.
Yancey with her back to the basketball. Murray now puts up the shot. Wow. What a difficult.
I don't even think Murray was ready for that pass.
I don't know if she was either, but she makes it nonetheless. And it's saying that it's the scoreboard says 5. I thought that was a 3 for sure.
That was definitely a 3.
We'll see if that is adjusted as Paul dumps into Allensworth. Allensworth back to DiGregorio. Nice pass back out to Paul in the corner for 3. Front rim no good, but there's a second chance now. Yancey puts it up. That one no good. Another chance for the Riverhawks as Fitzgerald grabs the board, gets it over to Yancey. Shot fake. She's going to drive the lane. Jump stop. Pop. No good. Allensworth with almost another board there. They go to the ground, and a jump ball is called as Murray and Allensworth tied up. There we go. They put a 6 on the board.
There we go.
We're not blind, Logan.
No, we're not.
So the Riverhawks with several opportunities on that possession, Logan, just not able to capitalize. That's one thing we talk about, getting those opportunities and how, you know, if you're the opponent, you want to limit those, but you got to capitalize on them to make them worth it.
Yeah, it's one thing to get those opportunities, but it's what you do with them that counts.
Most definitely. As I travel Thought we were going to see a whistle kind of swallowed there momentarily, but a late whistle signals it back to the Riverhawks. 2:18 left first quarter. Somebody out there is going, did he mention the horse? I did. I sure did, Logan.
You absolutely did.
Also, too, you got to make sure before it's over, Liam, your brother, who's been on the network, providing you some color. I got him some golf balls.
You got him golf balls?
Oh, I did.
Oh, he's going to love that.
Yeah, I got it. They're not cheapies either. These are the good the
Which
good
one did
ones.
you get them?
Got some Chrome Softs. We got some Strixon Z-Stars.
Oh, my.
Pro V. Oh, yeah.
You know what's up, though.
I'm obsessed.
You're the closest to a pro that we have here.
I don't know about that. So
Joe Rhodes, world-famous golfer, everybody.
I can hit it far. It's just a matter of where it goes. Trust me, it's amazing how far I can hit it sometimes. It's just, I don't know where it's going to go.
That's a fair point.
I'm getting better at it, though.
A
lot of golf this summer.
Save.
The official golf course of High Top Sports Network, Birds Foot Golf Club. Make sure you check out the memberships. Discount now and save later. That bucket ties up the game. I believe that was 14, if I'm not mistaken. Kathleen Millen.
Yeah. That's her first bucket of the night.
All squared as we near the final minute of this first quarter. Shot up no good. Quick rebound out to Murray. Murray's going to have an easy layup. And she does. Left hand up and good. And the Talbots take their first lead of the contest, 10-8, as we hit the minute mark here in quarter number one. Backdoor pass to Paul. Paul puts it up, kicks it out. DiGregorio's going to put up the tray. No good. Allensworth battling. She gets it. She goes up with it. She's fouled.
Nice.
The strength.
That's another offensive rebound. That's like 4 now.
The strength of the Riverhawks down low is obvious. We've seen it all year long.
It really sucks that you can only start 2 of Sarai, Kyla, and Callie, because when they work together, it's something to watch.
Yeah, for sure. And you talk about a trio of bigs down low. Among the best in the WPIAL, I'd have to imagine here, Logan.
Oh, for sure.
Let's talk about the pure athleticism from those three. Not just one sport athletes.
Yeah.
It's Allensworth.
Allensworth and Sarai on the volleyball court.
Out goes DiGregorio and Weaver. In comes Fitzgerald and I believe Mellish.
Yep.
43 seconds left. Riverhawks down by a point, looking to tie it up here. The second of the 2 free throws by Allensworth. High arcing shot, rattles out, no good. Fitzgerald tips it around, but the Talbots able to corral it. 40 seconds left here in this first quarter.
Do they hold it? Nope. Never mind.
Not wasting any time, Murray. Megan
just
Murray.
Got right around the defense there.
She's been a pest for her, pretty much her entire high school career. The same section as the Riverhawks that entire time. Extra pass, gets it over to Mellish. Mellish with another opportunity from that corner. She knocks it down. We're all tied up at 12. 6 seconds left. Murray with the basketball, guarded by Mellish. 4 seconds. Deep three. And good. Murray with the tray. And that's how things end in quarter number one. Megan Murray putting on a show in that first quarter, scoring 12 of her team's 15 points to give the Talbots a 15-12 lead here after quarter number one. So we're going to tune out real quickly, let the cheerleaders have their due, and we'll be back for second quarter action here on High Top Sports Network.
Armstrong Indoor Athletics, located at 132 South Grand Street Avenue in downtown Buchanan, offers a state-of-the-art training facility and top-tier instruction by experienced coaches to help turn your youngster into the best baseball or softball player they can be. Batting cage and bullpen lane rentals are available for 30 to 60-minute sessions, and you can also sign your baseball or softball player up for private hitting, pitching, fielding, and catching instruction with our knowledgeable staff. Be sure to visit Armstrong Indoor Athletics online at aia.team or call them at 724-599-9761 for more information today.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. That commercial break presented by Armstrong Indoor Athletics. Get your swing on, Logan. I'm sure you're good.
I get my swing on, don't you worry.
I was going to say, I assume of anybody listening, you're the one that's probably getting the most cuts.
I don't know about the most. I'm up there.
Nice second chance. No good. A third chance.
There we go.
Up and good. 3 opportunities for the Riverhawks. They're back within a point. But again, Megan Murray, the Kent State commit, scoring 12 of the team's 15 points in that first quarter.
12 is absurd this early.
Reminiscent of what we see out of Emma Paul sometimes in a lot of these games when she doesn't get that that help in the scoring department, as we've seen all too many times.
Did you give Emma the steal on that?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give it to her. I'm back in my element like last year. I'm really trying with the stats tonight.
I know. That's what people, I hope they realize out there. Logan's not just providing his voice to you and to me in commentary, but also doing camera, of course, and also he's got a notepad there with stats that I promise you are as accurate as anybody who's going to be running camera and talking at the same time. So Logan, hats off to you, sir, as always.
Yeah, I'm trying tonight.
Maybe I think tonight we need to, for old time's sake, we need to have a Joe and Logan halftime show about old-timey baseball players, because I have a good one for you. Josh Reckengoss, if he's out there listening, knows exactly the baseball player I'm going to tell you about.
How old school are we talking here?
We're talking early 1900s old school.
Oh, boy. You think I'd know him?
He's a pitcher, and there was a big push to get him in the Hall of Fame. Never happened. But if you look at his numbers, he probably deserves to be in there. I'm gonna kind of tease this so the folks out there can start looking him up. So when we start talking about him at halftime, they'll know. Dummy Hoy.
Dummy Hoy. Okay.
Dummy Hoy.
Okay.
Quite possibly the smartest baseball player in the history of Major League Baseball.
But he's called Dummy.
Yes, and we're going to get to that. Jump ball there as Fitzgerald tries to get that drop step towards the hoop, but tied up quickly, and so ball back to the Talbots.
Just got corralled on that one.
Great idea there. Kind of want to turn and get to the basket, but again, flanked by 2 different Talbots, and she gets tied up as a result. Just over a minute into this second quarter, and another turnover and steal by the Riverhawks. Kind of an early theme here as well, Logan.
Yeah, Armstrong up to 3 steals tonight, so definitely look to see if Hampton can control the ball a little better as the game moves on.
2 players on Paul there momentarily, and so imagine somebody was open, but the Hawks will maintain possession here. 6:32 left. Yancey with the basketball. The other guard, Mellish, with the basketball now, along with the forwards, Weaver and Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald now gets it. Triple team, gets it out to Yancey. She initially drops it, but Mellish gets it in the corner. Shot up, air ball no good. Loose ball, looked like it might have glanced off the back of 14. It did indeed. That was just kind of glanced off of Kathleen Millen there, and it'll stay with the Riverhawks as a result.
Kind of look like Armstrong's having a tough time with this zone.
They're doing a good job, too. Handling the screens, it seems. Kind of slipping them pretty well, and they're coming out with a man here now.
Oh, there it is. There's this. That's the offense.
Yep, and Paul able to knock down the 3. Nice screen by Fitzgerald at the top of the key to free up Paul. She now has 5 points. Dan Goldinger with a great point there. Murray not guarding Paul anymore. As a bucket there, up and good by the Talbots. DiGregorio, other end, no good. That far corner, not kind to the Riverhawks here tonight. Oh, Murray getting a little too fancy there.
Almost had it, though.
18-17 Talbots. Paul in the lane, up, back rim, no good. Riverhawks. Step around by Murray. No good. Loose ball. There's 2 Hawks there, but it gets towards the floor and allows the Talbots the opportunity to tie it up, but possession arrow in favor of Armstrong. Who do you got in the national championship tonight, Logan?
Ooh.
You only have one answer, is Dan Gordinger wears his maize and blue.
Well, a good friend of mine is a big Michigan fan, and I do not want to disappoint him.
Now, do you know what maize is?
Corn.
Correct.
It's the Spanish word for corn.
Is it Spanish?
And it is
See, I didn't
Spanish.
even know that.
It is el maíz.
Ooh.
You're
You're in Spanish class, yes.
I was. I took 3 years of Spanish.
Right on.
But also, famous grown-ups quote.
Gremlins.
No,
See-
grown-ups.
Oh, grown-ups.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
Do you remember?
I
Did you ever watch Grown Ups? Yeah. Just say corn. Maize is corn, everybody.
I had a professor in college, a bio professor, who was obsessed with corn.
Michigan also calls every Slippery Rocks.
I do know that. I had a story in the paper about that. Dan Goldinger pointing out that the relationship between Slippery Rock University and Michigan, they put the Slippery Rock score up on their scoreboard every week, and Slippery Rock's actually played there a couple times as a result, too. And so, neat little thing there. I, of course, very fond of the Slimy Pebble.
The slimy pebble.
Yep.
And one.
Fitzgerald, a little spin move up and good. Tough shot there by Kyla, and she gets it to fall. She's going to have an opportunity to capitalize with a 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
We love that here.
Boy, oh boy, that was a difficult shot.
You know, you mentioned Slippery Rock in Michigan. I just want to give a shout out to my old history teacher, Mrs. Jack. Heaven forbid she's listening. I doubt it.
What's the connection there?
No. She just always says there's always a Pennsylvania connection.
Right on.
It's just everything, no matter what.
Something I haven't had a chance to do. Would definitely like to see a game at the Big House. I think it'd be pretty cool. Fitzgerald no good on the the and one attempt. But the Riverhawks now lead 19-18. Here's Murray.
Ooh.
Step back. Allensworth trying to get a hand up. She does, and there's Fitzgerald climbing the ladder for the board. And one and done again are the Talbots. 3:52 left, second quarter. Logan, La Flama Blanca is your nickname, yes? I've heard. La Flama Blanca.
What is that? Never heard that.
You're a Spanish guy. You took it for 3 years.
What did you just look up in Spanish?
I didn't look up anything. Did you see anything on my screen except the game?
Well, you know, I mean that doesn't. What is that? I don't know what you just said.
We'll let that one go.
La Flama.
Shot from
The white flame.
That is correct.
I do know Blanca.
There you go.
Well, that's female. That's feminine. That's the feminine pronunciation.
That is the white flame. You are the white flame, sir.
Blanca.
La Flama Blanca, yes.
Is it because Flama is just with an A? Is that
I don't-
I would assume so.
You need to watch Eastbound and Down, my friend. You're a baseball guy. You'd appreciate it.
I know.
Ooh, nearly
I'm
care.
not really cultured these days.
Kenny Powers, one of the greatest fictional characters of all time. The original La Flama Blanca is another turnover. Yancey steps in front of that one, gets it ahead to Paul. Paul's going to drive the lane, gets bumped. No whistle. Paul's going to get it back. She's going to put up the three. Nice screen by Fitzgerald. The bucket's good. Nice work there between Fitzgerald and Paul. As Paul seems to be heating up now. 22-18 the score. Weaver, great box out, gets the rebound, gets it to Paul. Riverhawks off and running again. 2:48 left, second quarter. Paul nearly gets that one taken away, but Weaver slapped as she takes that one up towards the basket, and she'll go to the line and shoot two. Yeah, Eastbound and Down is a show that's sadly no longer on the air, but it was an HBO show with Danny McBride. Do you know Danny McBride?
I do.
He was a washed-up baseball player who just keeps trying to get back his baseball career, and it's a very funny show.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it, but when he goes and plays ball in Mexico, his nickname becomes the Flama Blanca.
Huh.
No good on the first, Weaver. A lane violation. Yeah, Weaver kind of was upset with herself. I think I would have missed that one too if everybody would have crashed a lane like that.
Yeah, that kind of freaks me out.
So Weaver will have another attempt after the blue paint was filled with blue jerseys. That one no good, back rim, loose ball. Timeout by the Talbots bench, 30-second timeout. Very crafty move there by the Talbots head coach, Tony Howard. And while we have an opportunity, I want to thank, just go over our sponsors. Armstrong Indoor Athletics, we mentioned earlier, a big supporter of what we do here in High Top Sports Network. A great place to get your cuts in, as Logan admitted earlier. He is doing it this time of year, getting ready for the spring and baseball season. Also want to thank Birdsfoot Golf Club, one of my favorite places on the planet. My happy place. Make sure you check them out. Sprinkles Neighborhood Market, where you can hashtag save on meat, and hashtag get your sushi on Wednesdays. Nicola Ann Photography, our scoreboard sponsor, as you can see down there. Nicola Ann just takes fantastic photos. Doesn't matter what it is. It would be senior photos, team photos, you name it, newborn photos. She's great at all of it, pretty much. I also want to thank Ryan Bowser State Farm. Like a good neighbor, Ryan Bowser State Farm is there, right in that main drag, as I like to say, in Ford City. Also want to thank Steffi's Country Catering. So 2:39 left here in the first half, Logan, and kind of a strange game in a lot of ways. No real runs by either team, but
No, it's been a really slow back and forth kind of game.
there's a rare second chance for the Talbots as Allensworth was guarding Murray. Little crossover, nice move there. Up
Good
across
ball
the block,
movement.
up, no good, and Fitzgerald climbs the ladder again. Almost grabbed it just with one hand.
I mean, she's capable. No one's going to stop her.
Paul with it, and Fitzgerald gets it,
Ooh.
but we're going to say out of bounds.
It was.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. Almost had it.
Give credit to the Talbots defense there.
Yeah, it
Applying
sucked
that quick
because
double
Allensworth was wide open on the opposite block.
Yeah, it's number one thing, dribble with your head up. You got to kind of see the court.
Someone's open.
Good ball reversal. That one, I don't know where it was going, but the Riverhawks come away with it.
I don't think Hampton knew where it was going.
Here's Fitzgerald. She's going to go up. No good. Loose ball. Murray comes away with it. 1:36 left. Talbots with the basketball. 22-18 Riverhawks in front. Here's a shot by Thompson. No good. Loose ball again. Sarai Weaver. The always gritty Sarai Weaver. Gets it to Paul, then Paul gets it up to Fitzgerald. Left-hand layup up and good. Talk about dribbling with your head up. Paul with the long pass to Fitzgerald for the basket. The Riverhawks up by 6.
Yeah, Paul just has that court vision that's unparalleled in the WPIAL, right? I mean, just easily one of the top players that the WPIAL's seen in the last, how many years would you say?
I mean, I can say this, and this is nothing against any other Riverhawks player that's played here since I've been covering sports in this area. But she's by far the best girls basketball player Armstrong has seen, and they've had some good ones. That's for sure. Allensworth with another pass from Paul, able to get that one to go, and she'll go to the line and shoot a free throw. 8-point lead now for Armstrong. And I say that, I want to go back and kind of reiterate, there have been some great basketball players.
Oh, yeah.
Think about Kenzie Lasher, Lauren
Caliper.
Bowser.
Caliper.
Yep, Jalen Caliper, of course. You know, there's been some really, really good ball players, but Emma's just different. I mean, she's talented. She's got that fight. She's got that high IQ, that awareness on the court. Knows the situation of what's going on at any moment, regardless of the situation or being up, being down. She's just very, very crafty, and been a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's just like what we talked about, Caden, like every game last year. It's something you don't see often, generational talent.
Yeah. And, Emma Paul, the slate's going to be her height. And
Yeah.
people are going to say that. But you know what? I would take 5 Emma Pauls over, the average 6'2" player any day a week, as there's a nice bucket thanks to some good passing there. Ball barely hit the floor.
Yeah, Hampton finally starting to move this ball a little better. Ooh.
But again, Mellish off the assist from Paul. they're going to say, yeah, there's a 3, I was going
Yeah.
to say. So up by 9 now are the Hawks. Murray with it, nearly losing it. Cross-court pass, kind of sneak that one in. 3 seconds left. Paul's going to have a chance for another deep shot. Up and no good. Emma Paul wanted another one. She got a half quarter 2 seasons ago. But that one not meant to be, but a good finish there in that second quarter by the Riverhawks, Logan. It was tight to begin and tight pretty much throughout that second quarter, but a nice little run towards the end allowed the Riverhawks to storm ahead by 9. Your score at halftime, Armstrong 29, Hampton 20 here on High Top Sports Network.
Yeah, so Armstrong outscored Hampton 17-5 in the second quarter.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, 17-5. That kind of says it all. And I feel like a lot of those points for Armstrong of those 17 kind of happened in the latter moments of that second quarter as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And really, again, you look, how many of those were off of assists from Emma Paul?
Well, she does have 4 assists. I think they all came in the second quarter.
Yeah, just good passing, good heads-up passing. That long one to Fitzgerald. It's Armstrong. I think they do want to get out and run because I think the half-court game is what Hampton's kind of come out here and made it clear that they want to play.
Yeah.
So if Armstrong has a chance to kind of advance the ball, push it a little bit, I think they should. And we've seen the success come with that.
You want a couple stats here?
I
for the
do.
First half? All right. Well,
how about this? Well, let's go to a break first.
All right.
Thank our wonderful sponsors, and then we'll be back with Logan's analysis and breakdown here of the first half, some stats and information when we get back here on High Top Sports Network.
Nicola Ann Photography is a professional photographer. Studio locations that contain specializing in newborns, children, senior photos, families, and sports. Give our call today, 724-388-8949.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Everyone. Hey, everyone. Hey, everyone. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. We're here tonight at the Richard G. Snyder YMCA. Neat. Who's going to roll in the Harris Franklin? We're getting inspired. Come on, and help me hashtag save for me. And we're pumped up because We are less than 24 hours away from Camp Out for Community tomorrow. Like and share, like and share. So like and share, like and share. Help spread the word. Make sure you like and share. We can't do what we do without you. Come and see us. We can't do what we do without you. Come and see us. We can't do what we do without you. Come and see us.
Can't do what we do without you. Come and see us.
Bye.
Nicola Ann Photography is a professional photographer with studio locations in Katanning and Lawrenceville, specializing in newborns, children, senior photos, families, and sports teams. Give her a call today at 724-388-8949.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. Whoop. There we go. Welcome back to High Top Sports Network. Logan, give us a quick synopsis of the first half.
All right, so from Hampton, Megan Murray, the leading scorer with 12 points, held scoreless in the second quarter. Came out early, hot, just unable to convert anything in the second quarter. She also had 4 rebounds and an assist. That's most of Hampton's scoring thus far tonight. And from Armstrong, Emma Paul has 8 with 3 assists and 4 steals. And Kyla Fitzgerald has 10 points, 6 rebounds, an assist, and a steal, with Sarai Weaver, grabbing 4 rebounds as well. So Armstrong doing a great job offensively, getting second chance opportunities and converting them and keeping Hampton outside the paint.
Yeah, we noted during the break that Murray had 12 points in that first quarter, held scoreless in the second, so a good job. You mentioned that defense. That was a key, I think, in that second quarter that allowed the Riverhawks to get back in front and take a 9-point lead into the break. And that's what they will have here after the next 2 minutes and 43 seconds expire. But Logan first, William Ellsworth Dummy Hoy. Okay.
I'll pull up my baseball reference page here.
Okay.
Oh, no.
He played for several teams between the year 1888, that's 100 years before I was born, to 1902, most notably the Cincinnati Reds, and 2 different Washington, D.C. franchises. The big story about him, he had an IQ that was through the roof. I believe the highest recorded IQ in Major League Baseball history, and he was deaf.
What was his name? William?
Dummy Hoy. D-U-M-M-Y-H-O-Y. Oh, Baseball Reference, don't be letting us down here.
Oh, they are. Hold on.
William Ellsworth.
It might be under Dummy.
Wow, if they don't have Dummy
Billy Hoy. Oh, yep, this is him. Name presented as Dummy Hoy.
There you go. Now, sadly, and this is, I'm offended for him and those that were suffered from this, but the name Dummy was given to people with inability to hear. They were deaf.
Yeah.
And so he was called Dummy, but he apparently would speak in squeaks, but he also was a genius. He started, I think he was noted for coming up with a lot of signals that are still used and never began, the use of signals in baseball like they are presently. Career 288 hitter, 2,048 hits. Played for the Nationals, Buffalo Bisons, St. Louis Browns, Washington Senators, Cincinnati Reds, Louisville Colonels, Chicago White Sox, and the Reds once again in 1902.
Yeah, hey, above average career hitter, 110 OPS plus. For those who don't know, 100 is average.
Right. But Hoy is most accomplished deaf player in MLB history and is credited by some sources with causing the establishment of signals for safe and out calls. He held the MLB record for games in center field from 1889 to 1902. Set records for career putouts, total chances, and an outfielder, and retired among the leaders in outfield games, assists, and double plays.
Played almost 1,800 games.
He was an excellent base runner, scoring over 100 runs 9 times, often finishing among the top base stealers. He is one of only 29 players to have played for 4 different major leagues. There's a stat for you. His 1,006 career walks put him second in MLB history behind Billy Hamilton.
Oh, yeah. The original Billy Hamilton.
Correct. He ended his career ranking 8th in career games played.
First year in the league, excuse me. Led the league in stolen bases with 82.
How about that? Dummy Hoy.
Dummy.
I actually thought he was a pitcher there for a second.
Yeah. You mentioned pitcher earlier.
But there's more about him. You got to look into it. But there's a big push to get him in the Hall of Fame, and Hall of Fame said, nope, we're not doing it.
That's ridiculous.
I agree.
That's a Hall of Famer.
Yep. So, Dummy Hoy, your baseball player of the day, presented by Sprankle's Neighborhood Market. Hashtag save on meat. Open on the other block, up with it, and the first bucket of the second half goes to the Talbots. I believe that was, let's say number 33. And not that ball off the face of Talbot's player.
McKenna Andrews.
Oh, Andrews with the bucket, and that one off.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, looking at the wrong. Wasn't going to find it in that
Sorry,
one, was I,
stolen
Logan?
for you for halftime.
No, you're good. Emma Rick on that ball that went out of bounds, deflected off of her. And before the inbounds, the Riverhawks will have a stoppage here as Coach Jim Caliper wants to have a word with his Hawks. 30-second timeout here. And while we have an opportunity, I want to thank another one of our great sponsors. That, of course, Ryan Bowser State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And, you know, everywhere you look, there's a need for insurance, be it your car, be it your home, be it your property, your pets, your boat. Everything needs insurance nowadays, and it's great to have it all in one place for a price you deserve. And the best place to do that is Ryan Bowser State Farm, right there in Ford City on the main drag. What's that, 5th Avenue?
Yeah, I believe so.
5th Avenue. Make sure you stop in. Tell Ryan we sent you here at High Top Sports Network. Again, like a good neighbor, Ryan Bowser State Farm is there. Fitzgerald gets the inbounds pass and up and good. Great job of finding Fitzgerald was Yancey, and the Riverhawks get back the bucket. 31-22. Riverhawks back up by 9 where they started to begin this second half. But before I put a bow on the Dummy Hoy, make sure you read more about him. There's some cool stories about him. As Paul comes away with that loose ball. Murray guarding Paul. She goes up with it, and it's good! Emma Paul taking that one coast to coast, and the Riverhawks now up by double digits, 33-22. Murray thinking about a step back. Nice block there by Mellish. Loose ball, and the Riverhawks come away with it. Great defense there by Marlo Mellish, who gets a little bit of the over-the-shoulder catch, looking like Willie Mays to bring it back around to baseball.
Say, hey, kid.
Backdoor pass to Paul, gets it out to Mellish. She's going to put up the 3. No good. Second chance here. Weaver gets it out to Yancey. Paul thinks about it. Mellish again for 3. Back rim, no good. That one tied up, and it will stay here with the Riverhawks. Multiple opportunities there. All because of the defense on the other end by the Riverhawks. A great block by Marlo Mellish. Weaver power dribble?
Had to make an extra note that Mellish got a block there. Don't really have room for the...
And Yancey knocks down the tray, and the Riverhawks out in front by 14. The lead swelling.
Yeah, nice to see this Armstrong offense gelling like they usually do tonight.
Yeah, all because of these second chance opportunities, Logue. That last possession, I want to say that...
that was 2 or 3.
Yeah, there was 3 missed shots, so we'll say 4 opportunities. Now, the jump ball, luckily, was
in favor of Hampton.
Right, or in... Well,
no, it wasn't. It was in favor of Armstrong.
Right, so...
Hampton started.
That kind of helped him out, too, but... again, you know, the Riverhawks keeping that possession alive by some offensive boards.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, there's a
Dan
bucket.
Goldinger,
Dan Goldinger just
our insider.
the Schwami. Yeah, the bigs on the Talbot side of
He's
the
like,
Talbots.
he's like our own Gene Sterator.
He is. He is like our Gene Sterator. Good ball movement there, contact.
Had the chance to
Play on.
Had the chance to beat him a couple weeks ago.
Gene.
It was like a month and a half ago. It was back in November at the Sportsmanship Summit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right
he was one of our speakers.
That's pretty cool. Pittsburgh's own Gene Sterator, former NFL referee. See him on, was it CBS broadcast, I want to say?
I think it is CBS.
But as Dan was saying there, going back to that, as a foul's committed by Kyla Fitzgerald, the bigs on the side of the Talbots in a little bit of foul trouble. Both their forwards, starting forwards, I believe, with 2 fouls each. So
yeah,
something to watch for. No, excuse me, no good on the first. Sorry.
From Katie Christie.
Yeah, Christie.
Freshman.
Yeah, the freshman good on the second. And the Talbots creep back within 11. Dump inside. Riverhawks really liking that inside-outside game as Paul pulls the trigger quickly. Front rim no good, but there's Yancey to track it down, and the Riverhawks yet again with another second chance opportunity. Kick out. Good ball movement. Mellish just going to kill some clock here. No reason to rush it. Third quarter here. 4:38 left in this third period of play.
Man, they're just letting Mellish sit out there.
Yeah, it's a little surprising. Now, Coach Howard telling his defense to come out.
Yep, there's a foul.
Seen more contact than that here tonight, so
yeah.
Kind of strange to see that that one was whistled based on how some other plays have gone, but foul. We'll keep the basketball here with the Hawks. Paul gets back her own rebound. Notice that Murray is back on him, Paul. You saw
yeah, they made that switch, I think, at the start of the half.
Yeah, you saw kind of a mixture between Murray and also Millen guarding Paul in the first half. Paul with 10 points.
You hate to say with Paul with only 10.
Oh, nice job by Mellish. She's fouled, but good job of keeping her eye on the basketball, knowing that one was short, and nearly turned it into just a really good pass.
Yeah.
Just good court awareness there by Mellish. She's having a nice game, kind of doing those little things.
Yeah.
Make a big difference.
3 rebounds, a steal,
a big block.
6 points, and a block.
Paul with a spin move, no good. Again, the Riverhawks with another opportunity. Fitzgerald, no good. Gets back her own rebound again. Ball movement, great. Nice pass by Paul. Man, oh man, the Riverhawks. Between the second chance opportunities and these great passes by the Riverhawks, they're making work on the offensive end.
Armstrong with 10 assists now in this game.
There's a little runner up and good for the Talbots at a timeout by Hampton here with 3:24 left in the third quarter. We're going to take a quick break here on High Top Sports Network. We'll be back for the remainder of the third quarter here on High Top Sports Network.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
In Ford City, talk to State Farm agent Ryan Bowser today.
And welcome back. That commercial break presented by Ryan Bowser State Farm. Like a good neighbor, Ryan Bowser State Farm is there. 5th Avenue in Ford City. Again, for all of your insurance needs, home, auto, boat, property, pets,
anything
life, you name it. Ryan Bowser State Farm is there. Ryan, an awesome guy. Really appreciate his support. One of those day one guys that believed in what we were doing, and we certainly appreciate him. But yeah, really interesting. I'm sure the Riverhawks would like to be more efficient, making more of those first opportunities, but
can't complain when you're getting that many second opportunities.
Absolutely, and there's something to be said about that as well. That knowing where that basketball is going to be, anticipating it well, and you know, kind of having that fight that you need to overwhelm your opponent in that category, like the Riverhawks are here on the glass. So they have the basketball. Do the Riverhawks here. 3:16 left. Quarter number 3. Paul over to Yancey. Long skip pass to Mellish. Mellish thinking about going baseline. Sides against it. And a foul called.
Another
again.
foul. Is that going to be?
I saw a lot more contact, I feel like, earlier in the game than.
Yeah, we've been getting a little ticky-tack ones here.
Yeah, it kind of seems like that, but I don't know. Goldie, you're the referee. You tell
we
us.
We appreciate our officials.
We do.
We appreciate our officials.
We do appreciate our officials. Here's a shot by Mellish, back rim, no good. That one's going to
Kicked
kick off the
away.
leg, and just bad luck there as Millen grabs it but loses the handle, and it careens off her leg and out of bounds. So with 2:58, the ball will stay here with Armstrong. Murray should note again, she's still sitting on 12 points, Logan. Has not
Nothing
scored.
since the first quarter.
Yeah, so that's kind of a testament to what the Riverhawks have done here. Backdoor pass, Paul, but there she is, right on cue. Murray with the steal. She's going to look to take it the length, come to a jump stop. No one home. She's going to get it back. Thinks about it. Step back 3. No good. And there's Yancey with the board. 2:24 left, third quarter. And for as much as the Talbots have surrendered a lot in terms of offensive rebounds to the Riverhawks, as a foul on the floor is called, they haven't gotten too many of their own.
No.
On the other end have the Talbots, so. Allensworth and DiGregorio back into the game for Armstrong. Paul to inbound, gets it to Fitzgerald.
Ooh,
nice little
they've
fake
run that play
there.
a couple times. That was a good fake.
And nothing doing there for the Hawks. Talbots come away with it. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Murray with the basketball guarded by Paul. Riverhawks in that man-to-man.
What are you looking up right now?
I am looking up dummy hoist statistics. I'm joking.
Nah.
Bucket up and good by the freshman. I believe that was it English? Or no, I'm sorry, Christie. Wearing number 40. DiGregorio with the 3. Up and good. Emma Paul with the assist. 29 to 41.
Yeah, Paul's 6th assist of the night.
Paul led the area in assists last year, the leader times coverage area. I think it was by at least 2 assists per game as well, so a nice hefty amount. Paul gets the handoff from Allensworth, looks at the clock. 1 minute remaining here in the third quarter. No reason to hurry as the Hawks have that 12-point advantage as DiGregorio
Another one.
knocking down another 3 from almost the exact same spot. Jim Caliper's pumped.
Is that Paul again on the assist?
I do believe. Give her 7 on the night. The Hawks were daring Emma Rick to shoot that. And Murray with a turnover, trying to force in a pass. And another player having a sneaky good but yet quiet night is
Bella Yancey.
Bella Yancey.
That's her 3rd steal of the night.
And she's gotten a lot of nice rebounds, important rebounds, and as you mentioned, there are 3 steals.
3 in a row.
DiGregorio trying
Come
to make
on.
it 3 in a row. Front rim no good. Murray tracks that one down. Heat check.
That was a heat check.
10 seconds left. Murray going the length. Up, double pump, no good. Good defense by Paul, and a jump ball whistled with 4.3 seconds left. And Emma Paul being a pest to Murray. Give credit to the Riverhawks. Their defense has been stout tonight. I mean, it goes without saying when you hold Megan Murray to 12 points, all of which in the first quarter. So the last 16 minutes of this game have seen nothing from the Kent State commit in terms of points. Inbound shot up and needed that one, but nothing doing. And Yancey will get yet another rebound. And that's how things will end in the third quarter. The Riverhawks with a 9-point lead coming into that third quarter, and they'll exit it with a 15-point advantage with 8 minutes to play here at the Hawks Nest on High Top Sports Network. We're going to take a quick break, come back for fourth quarter action. My name is Joe Rhodes. Joining me, Logan Badek. We'll be right back in a jiff.
Steffi's Country Catering prepares home-style made-from-scratch dishes that will have you convinced Mom made it. Whatever the occasion, Steffi's Country Catering will have you coming back for every event year-round. Find us on Facebook to place an order or to see our Sunday specials, or call 724-54-85047.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. Riverhawks looking to steal this section victory. Right now, Hampton sitting in the second spot. 6-5 overall record, 2-1 in conference, but Riverhawks 2-2, so right behind them at the 7-4 mark, looking to move to 8-4 overall and 3-2 in this Class 5A Section 2. And like Logan, just looking at that right away, the first thing that jumps out to me is parity. The top team, North Hills, of course, they're 3-0 in conference, and that's all that really matters. They're 6-6 overall, is the North Hills squad in first. Right behind them, Hampton. So,
well, some coaches like to play those tougher teams to get their girls ready.
That's true. Let's take a quick gander at who North Hills has played.
Elwood City.
Yeah, lost to Cannon Mac. Also lost to North Allegheny, so there you go, playing a very large and quality program. Hempfield, another big school, lost to them as well. So there you go. To your point, Logan, great call there. But again, it's anyone's section pretty much. You can see by a quick glance at the standings. Look at the standings presented by Sprankle's Neighborhood Market. Get your sushi on every Wednesday. I'm a big fan of going in there and grabbing the sushi rolls. I tried a new one recently. It's like got the little crunchy onions, like you have a green bean casserole.
Yeah.
They have those on the top of sushi, and believe it or not, it's a great combination. So
really,
it's something dragon. Oh, I gotta know this. Ryan would be so mad at me. I don't know the name of this, but it's delicious.
We got a college championship update.
Okay.
Michigan is up 14-3 after one.
If you would have told me the Washington Huskies would be in the national championship at the beginning of the season, I would have told you you're crazy.
What's your opinion on FSU not making the Final Four?
As a Pitt supporter, I don't like it because I think it diminishes the ACC.
Yeah.
And it's going to make teams like Florida State want to jump ship if they get the opportunity. So not a fan of that, I guess, if that's a fair enough answer. Oh.
Do you think the board made the right decision, though?
I do not.
No?
I think if you put missed shot and a rebound by the Riverhawks, but I think if Florida State and Washington played 5 times, I think Florida State would win at least 3 of those, probably 4.
I'll give them that, but with Florida State's injuries.
Yeah, that's tough.
I mean, it's just...
DiGregorio, no
almost
good.
Another one.
Paul with the board, puts it straight up, no good. Another chance, Allensworth up, no good. Ball loose, tipped around, another board by the Riverhawks.
So we got a Paul board, an Allensworth board, and a DiGregorio board.
Yeah, excuse me, a 3-second call, rare 3-second call. I think it might be the first one I've seen all year, but good call nonetheless because I think Weaver was camped out down there for probably more than 3 seconds.
Get away with it.
Yeah. But 3 rebounds in that one possession. That's been kind of the story of the night as Murray puts up a shot. No good. Her cold spell since the first quarter continues. Allensworth and Yancey out. In comes Mellish and Fitzgerald. But again, just going back to the section here real quickly, it's anybody's section. And the Riverhawks, I do believe, have the highest scoring average at 54.3 of any team in that section. So they can get the buckets. Is the defense going to continue to be what we're seeing here tonight is the question. As the Riverhawks switch to a zone defense now here, Logue.
Yeah.
Interesting look. I like it as it causes yet another Hampton turnover.
Yeah, we've got a Fitzgerald steal her second of the night.
Yeah, the turnovers have been... there's a moving screen by Fitzgerald. So the basketball gods, they giveth and they taketh.
All right, Shakespeare. You just made me think of a Chris Farley bit.
I had a great quote ready for you, but I'll save it for another game unless the opportunity to use it arises. But like the action here on High Top Sports Network, and the great American philosopher Drake once said, it's a rolling, not a stopwatch. We don't ever stop.
Did you really just say American philosopher?
Yes. You've heard of him.
I believe I've heard of him.
Aubrey.
Some called Drizzy.
Yeah. Champagne.
Champagne Poppy.
Yeah. Timeout by the Talbots. Did you know that my nickname is very similar to that of Drake's?
What is your nickname, Joe?
I have a shirt that details this. It's Champagne Buttons.
Champagne Buttons.
A name I got once upon a time, very organically. It's fitting for
You
me.
say organically, but I don't believe you.
You think I just decided to call myself Champagne Buttons?
No, I think somebody in a I don't
one of those
I don't really
times
know,
days in Slippery Rock.
Yeah. I think a weird situation occurred.
There were a lot of those.
Yeah,
in Slippery
I
Rock.
can imagine.
One time I woke up and I had tire marks on my shirt.
On your shirt?
I did. Yep. Had no idea. I felt fine. Felt great.
So you didn't get run over?
It's either that or I decided to press myself against a tire.
But how would you press yourself against a tire at that?
Yep. I squeezed in a wheel well somewhere. Why, I don't know. But, again, love Slippery Rock. Big fan of that school. Definitely recommend it. Anybody out there?
Yeah.
There's a free plug for Slippery Rock.
Got a lot of buddies going there. A lot of people at Armstrong are going there.
Well, walk home with somebody. Don't do it by yourself if you're going to any of the little local establishments there. The buddy plan, always a good plan. After that 60-second timeout, that public service announcement provided by Steffi's Country Catering. Sunday specials, takeouts, always good during football season. Got to see what Terry's got cooking this Sunday with the Steelers traveling to Buffalo. Good ball movement there by Hampton. Little
nice
running
block.
shove and a block by Fitzgerald. 5:20 left. And DiGregorio, nice idea, but just gets a little bit too much of Murray's arm. And the Talbots will inbound under the basketball hoop.
Dan Goldinger is very frustrated right now.
Yeah, Dan.
The hat's off.
I'm wondering if either he's mad about that call or if Washington scored.
Did Washington score? Okay, never mind. Okay.
No, he says.
That was a very
sincere,
emphatic no.
Yeah. Yep, that's a great point.
Yeah, he's right. Armstrong with already 3 fouls here in the fourth quarter. Nice
shot
dish
up.
there.
And
there's 4.
And there's
yep.
Yeah.
He's rightfully losing it now.
Yeah, and he's right. You're up by 15 points here. Maybe just kind of cut. Take your losses. It's about the war, not the battle, I guess.
Little note here. We're about 3 minutes in here to this final quarter. No points.
Wow.
In the fourth quarter.
So the cold spell kind of trickling over to the Riverhawks side as well.
And commentator's jinx.
Yep, right on cue is Christie, the freshman, able to knock down a free throw and end that scoreless drought and get the Talbots to 30 points. They still trail the Riverhawks by 14. Good defense there. Loose ball, and coming away with it was Kathleen Millen. And there's Paul stepping in front of that pass for the steal with 4:44 left in the fourth quarter. A lot of fours there. They're wild. But now is where the Riverhawks need to kind of just play ball control. I should note, too, we talked about Megan Murray's scoreless drought. Emma Paul, no buckets here recently, but she's certainly...
I don't think any in the second half.
I don't think so either, but she's definitely...
Or no, she had 1.
Yep.
She ended the half with 8.
And again,
no, she did end the half with 10.
Yeah, I think you're right. So probably, I guess, fair to say that maybe the best 2 players in this game both
held scoreless here
in the second half. But Paul, I was really going to say, she certainly made her impact defensively on the glass, in the assist department as well. So no points. Emma Paul has her fingerprints are all over this game, as the case pretty much always is.
Yeah, 10 points, 7 assists, 7 steals, or excuse me, 6 steals. And we got a foul on Megan Murray on that one.
Yeah, only her second foul, so still in pretty good shape here over the final 3 minutes and 58 seconds. Riverhawks will inbound it. Yancey, the inbounder, and that one's stolen away by Murray. A little one-on-one here. Looked like Murray was pushing off, and a foul called. Emma Paul just walks away.
I'm not too sure about that one.
I'm not either, but Emma's got more self-control than I have because I would have been a little more perturbed, I think. If that were
I
me.
probably would have tried my best to swat that out of thin air and failed miserably.
Murray and her scoreless streak. She hadn't scored since the first quarter, Logan. Her first points since then.
Yeah, she's got to be frustrated.
I'm sure she is. And capitalizes, though, with both of those shots from the charity stripe. And the Talbots back within 12 with 3:48 left here in this fourth quarter.
Who was that off of?
I'm not sure, but it looked like Paul might have been looking back door there, trying to get somebody cut into the hoop, and it just glanced off a couple Talbots players. There's Fitzgerald again trying to go reverse. I like that she's been trying that here a couple times in this game. Did it in the first quarter and coming back to it here now in the fourth.
Yeah, she hasn't abused her left hand like we've seen in previous games, so I'm sure she's been working hard on that right hand.
But you almost used, I guess.
She does use the left hand, but she's using the right side.
And by going reverse on that, it kind of uses the hoop as a kind of a barrier.
Yeah, it kind of opens up her her outside.
Yeah, it gives you a little bit more spacing because they're collapsing down in the bigs here for sure for the Riverhawks. But Mellish on the inside-outside game gets it back from one of those forwards, able to capitalize. I believe it was Fitzgerald, yes? Who kicked that back out to her?
Weaver.
Oh, Weaver, excuse me. And Murray with a three. So
Hampton calls another timeout.
yeah, matching threes there. Mellish knocking down the tray, and then Murray making quick work, knocking down one of her own.
Michigan added a field goal.
Okay, where are we sitting at?
17-3.
17-3 Michigan. So the maize and blue. I think maybe definitely a top three college uniform
58, 55.
in college football. What would you say, Michigan, top three uniform in college football?
I'd agree, yeah.
As far as tradition, looks, all that, I'd say it's top
Yeah, it's just
three.
got the history.
I agree. I would not put the Pitt uniforms of like the early 2000s on there where they had the rabid panther, looked like it had rabies.
Yeah.
I'm never a fan of that one. And you had the kind of the brick lettering.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Not a fan.
I have some really old clothing. That's how you know it's old, when I have it.
I always like the Pitt script too, and I think the blue look a little bit kind of like Hampton's blue.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think though. No, I'm thinking Armstrong's uniforms. The Hawks on the side of the helmet this past year for Armstrong.
I do like those new helmets.
The Pitt script. It looked a lot like the Pitt script. But I think that's just Pitt. Although they went to this blue and yellow, did Pitt. But if you're going back far enough, talking about Marino and Dorsett and those guys, it was more like a mustard yellow.
Yeah.
But
I'm talking about Pitt.
Pitt, the uniforms, the yellow. Full court press here. Trying to trap are the Talbots, but Riverhawks advancing the ball well. And that's one thing. The ball movement by the Riverhawks has been really solid tonight.
Yeah, that's the first full court press we've seen tonight, too.
You've seen the Riverhawks not holding on to the basketball too long, and it's given them a lot of open shots as a result. Now, granted, they weren't making a lot of those first shots, but as the stats would tell you, the
nice
Riverhawks.
Save by Fitzgerald.
Yeah, indeed, and there's a foul against Millen.
Yeah, this is one of those instances you want to see the shot clock.
Yeah, absolutely. But Riverhawks maybe not making all their first opportunities on the offensive end. They are getting a ton of rebounds and second chances, and looks like they will finish below there. Well, there's still some time. They're about 6 points away from their season average.
What is it, 54?
53. No, 53. Or sorry, 54.3.
Oh.
While they are giving up 45.4.
Well, that's going to go down tonight.
Yancey with a crossover, and Coach Caliper quickly asking the referee nearest him for a timeout. I want to thank another one of our sponsors, if I may. I want to thank Bird's Foot Golf Club, my second home, where I spend endless hours, even in the cold weather months. I golfed, I think, the day after Christmas and the day after that, so the 26th, 27th.
Yeah.
I got a cart cover. I got a little heater, propane heater. I love golf, and you know it today. Everybody out there knows it. The ground and just how nasty it is outside this time of year. It's not fun to be outside. Your shoes are getting dirty. That's not the case at Birchfoot. While everything else seemed like at my house and everywhere I was going the last few weeks, because they were getting into those nasty, ucky, muddy months of the winter, out there it's just pristine. The grass is still green.
It's beautiful.
It's just beautiful. It's well taken care of, and if it looks that good now, you should see it in the summer. One of the best golf course around. It's worth the drive wherever you may be listening. Make sure you book a tee time at Birchfoot Golf Club. Even consider getting a membership. The membership rates for that quality of a course, excellent. And right now they are discounted for the winter months, so get that deal now and save later. Birchfoot Golf Club. Paul trying to split the defense. That one trickles to Weaver. Weaver gets it quickly to Mellish, who is fouled with 2:31 left, and I believe that will.
Talbots foul call against number 10, Megan Murray. That's her third, 13th foul.
Murray's third.
Reporting back into the game.
And that's why it was crucial there that she was staying out of foul trouble early on, because she's probably going to have to burn another one, I imagine here. Logan. Fitzgerald, a little turn, stop, pop off the glass, and good. Kyla Fitzgerald, nice little post move there, up and good. 49-35. Ooh. It's going to go against Yancey. And Millen will head to the line, and no 1-and-1, Logan, as we discussed.
That kills me.
Will shoot 2. Milan, I think. I keep calling her Millen. I'm going to trust Jake Cannon. He's a student of his craft, the public address announcer here for the Riverhawks. So I apologize to Kathleen. First shot up and good. Riverhawks looking to move to 8-4.
Hampton's done a really good job at the free throw line.
They have, for as many deficiencies I think they've had, giving up a lot of offensive rebounds, a lot of turnovers. You're right there, Logan. They've definitely taken care of business when at the charity stripe. Fitzgerald's going to dribble up.
I'll lose it.
Loses the handle. Throws it towards the feet of Mellish. And ball back to...
I don't know who said that, but I agree.
That would be the one, the only Coach Jim Caliper.
Was that Caliper? Sounded like it came from the stands.
There's a shot by Murray. No spin on that, if you could tell. It's like a knuckleball. No rotation at all. You could see the words on the basketball. There's a trap, and that one's stolen away, but Paul's going to get it back somehow. Push it across, ahead to Weaver, who goes up and no good. Gets her own board, up again, and good. Just padding her stats there, Logan, was Sarai Weaver. 51-40. No, late whistle there.
Wow.
And Mellish contacting Murray.
Armstrong foul call against number 1, Marla Mellish. That's her second.
So everybody out in the court outside of Weaver with 2 fouls. Weaver with 1. That means Paul, Mellish, Yancey, and Fitzgerald all with 2.
That's right. That's our 6th of the quarter, I believe, isn't it?
Yep.
So that's 5th, but I
don't think it was changed.
Yeah.
Murray.
Good.
Good. So Murray, 16 points now, 4 here in this 4th quarter after going scoreless in the 2nd and 3rd.
Get another timeout.
So we're back to single digits. Armstrong leading by 9, Logan. And we're going to thank a sponsor, of course, a place that if Birchfoot is my home away from home, I'm going to guess AIA is one of your homes away from home. Yes? Fair enough?
Correct. Yeah, for sure.
We talked about this in the past. You had to drive quite a ways to find a facility that had all the things that AIA offers.
Yeah, over an hour.
So over an hour, and you think about what that resource really means for the baseball and softball communities. Not just those, but you talk about indoor soccer and some of the other outdoor sports.
Soccer, 7-on-7 football. I mean, the field isn't that big, but just doing little drills like that. I mean, we have all the equipment, so. Yeah. I just want to shout out Keith Schaefer and Pete Harmon. They do a great job of running that facility.
Yeah, the duo there of Keith Schaefer and Pete Harmon. Just bringing that wonderful facility to this area, and really, like you said, farther reaching than just this general vicinity we sit in here in Manor Township, Katanning. As you know, this now places a facility like that much closer to some people that, you know, if we're talking maybe a little bit up north.
Yeah, I mean, I know people from West Shamokin, Leechburg, Apollo. Everybody comes up here.
Oh, nice fake there by Paul, but kind of loses her footing. And tied up there, but with 1:13 left and the Riverhawks leading by 9, so it's going to take a
Tracy McGrady miracle.
Yeah, Tracy McGrady indeed. T-Mac, some of the best basketball shoes ever, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely rocked those my junior year. That one good. Don't look now. The Talbots back within 6. I believe that was number 22, if I'm not mistaken, Sterling Thomas.
It was.
Her first bucket for quite some time.
She's up to 9.
Thompson, I said Thomas, excuse me. Thompson with the foul. Riverhawks will inbound. It'll be Emma Paul with 50 seconds left and her team up by 6, but Coach Cal will ask for a timeout. So we too will take a timeout. We'll be right back here on High Top Sports Network.
It's going to be a full 60-second timeout.
Armstrong Indoor Athletics, located at 132 South Grand Street Avenue in downtown Katanning, offers a state-of-the-art training facility and top-tier instruction by experienced coaches to help turn your youngster into the best baseball or softball player they can be. Batting cage and bullpen lane rentals are available for 30 to 60-minute sessions, and you can also sign your baseball or softball player up for private hitting, pitching, fielding, and catching instruction with our knowledgeable staff. Be sure to visit Armstrong Indoor Athletics online at aia.team or call them at 724-599-9761 for more information today.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. Logan Badek, Joe Rhodes here for the final moments of this Class 5A Section 2 matchup between the Riverhawks and the Hampton Talbots. Paul with the inbounds gets it back from Fitzgerald. Trap coming. Paul gets it over to Mellish. Mellish to the corner. Weaver will be fouled.
She's
with
gonna head to the line.
42 seconds left and her team up by 6. So no, oh yeah, I'm sorry. That'll be the 5th foul. So Thompson now 1 foul away from riding the pine for the remainder of this one. 2 shots. And Weaver knocking down the first to extend the lead to 7.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about how Armstrong's done a really good job with second chance opportunities and keeping Hampton out of the paint, but one thing they do need to work on is that free throw shooting.
Certainly, because that you know, talk about the postseason, and clearly this team has postseason aspirations. That's been the one thing missing. They've won that section championship last year. Is Murray able to knock down the shot from the free throw line? So 47 points now on the scoreboard for Hampton, down by 5.
This became a game real quick.
Yeah.
I did kind of jinx it. I did say they weren't going to give up 45.
Yeah, now Marla Mellish, again, her and Nancy, the 2 off guards to Paul, having a kind of just a solid night. Maybe necessarily not.
Nancy's had a good game.
Yeah, well, that puts Mellish into double digits there with 10. And then I believe
Mellish has 10 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal and a block. Make that 11.
So 11 points now, and right there on cue, commentators curse again. Logan knocking down the free throws right when you bring them up. That 3 is long. Paul able to get the rebound, splits the defense. Murray guarding Paul. Paul just dribbling through like a Harlem Globetrotter, and I think that will probably do it. It will indeed, as the Riverhawks will come away victorious here in this section matchup. As Dan Goldinger will exit gracefully here, get him to watch his Wolverines possibly win a national championship. Dan Goldinger, one of the best, man. He's a basketball.
He's an all-around
guy. A guru, man, a guru. noticing those things only he would out there. Appreciate him always watching the game up here from the box with us. But pretty safe to say the Riverhawks will come away victorious as Paul missing a rare free throw there, Logan.
Yeah, I mean.
Big section win, though.
Yeah, huge for them. They moved to what, 3-2?
3-2, 8-4
Hampton
overall.
falls to 2-2.
And here's Murray going to take one more last chance at it. Shot from range, no good. And that's how it will end. Armstrong 55, Hampton 47. Riverhawks doing a great job on the defensive end, forcing a lot of turnovers, especially early on in this game, and then cleaning up on the offensive glass. That equation leading to a big Armstrong victory here in section.
I really do not appreciate Candace turning the scoreboard off already.
I know, that was quick.
I did get Murray's full totals. I'll give that in a minute. I'm getting Armstrong's big ones.
And Logan, I'm going to point this out too. I think our last game, whenever Woodland Hills came here to face Armstrong, we saw a lot of balanced scoring that night from the Riverhawks. And again, I think it's a pretty balanced night again here for Armstrong. And you know, M. Paul has the ability to take over games and fill it up, and that's obvious. We've seen that a lot over the last 4 years. But this team seems to thrive whenever that scoring is balanced. You see it trickle throughout each player's game, not just on the offensive end, but you saw Bella Yancey do a lot off the basketball tonight. You saw Marlo Mellish do a lot away from the basketball here tonight. Really, just when everybody's jiving, I guess, offensively, everybody kind of bodes. It just bodes better for these Riverhawks. I mean, that kind of sounds like common sense, but it just not only gets everybody going offensively, but it seems to get them going in all facets of the game, be it their defense, be it their passing, their decision making. And it seemed like tonight the Riverhawks were, pretty safe with the basketball overall, and doing a great job again on the glass. Not just from the bigs. The bigs get a lot of credit, that being Weaver, Fitzgerald, and Allensworth. Grabbing rebounds and doing what bigs normally do there in the post, but. You saw Yancey come up with a couple big rebounds. You saw Mellish come up with a couple big rebounds. And, of course, Evan Paul, too, with some rebounds. So, some really great team effort here tonight, Logan. I'm sure you have some numbers that kind of back that up.
But, just to go off of what you said, in this Emma Paul, I'm going to call it the dynasty that Armstrong's kind of had these last 4 years, we've really seen that 1-2 punch from Paul and Fitzgerald, especially this last year and this year. But what this team has done this season so far, from what I've seen, has been tremendous. Probably the best basketball I've seen them play personally. Between Yancey and Mellish in the backcourt and their ability to complement Emma so well as the big three with Kyla, Callie, and Sarai. And nobody's selfish on this team. And that's what I love about it, is that they're all willing to work together for one common goal.
Yeah, great point, Logan. Excellent point. And, I think to kind of build off of what you said there, too, I take a moment there where you saw in that second half where DiGregorio came in. She didn't get the start. She started a lot. She seems to be handling that well, and she comes and knocks down those 2 threes, and those are big at that moment in the game. I mean, and somebody like her coming in and
they only won by 8.
Right, and her having that moment there was kind of a microcosm of what this game was. Everybody kind of coming together when it was their time to answer. They did, and that time it was Sophia DiGregorio's time. And it's just been mighty impressive to see what they've done these last 2 home games that we've been here for. Again, that Woodland Hills game and tonight here against Hampton. Just playing a very team-oriented game.
Yeah.
Unselfish, very disciplined. I'm sure there's some things that Coach Cal, by the looks of it, wanted to pull his hair out over. But ultimately, you got to be happy with, forcing your opponent to the kind of turnovers that they had tonight. And again, what they did in the offensive glass was phenomenal.
Absolutely.
And, a lot of things I think to build off of here as we get into these dog days of winter basketball. The New Year's over, and you're starting to get into these section games, and the games are getting more and more important, and you're trying to build your identity at this time. So by the time the playoffs come here in about a month, you kind of know who you are.
Yeah.
Better than you do, let's say, today. So, again, like what I saw from the Riverhawks, big section game, answered the call, and that's why they come away victorious, 55-47.
Want to hear some stats?
I would love to hear some
stats.
Stats.
So from Hampton, this is the only real one I got. Megan Murray finished with 21, 6 rebounds, and an assist. So definitely Hampton's player of the game. But Armstrong had a couple notable ones. Emma Paul with 10 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists, and 7 steals.
So she was 0 for 2 there in those the last trip to the free throw line.
Yeah.
Wow. That's very un-Emma Paul-like.
Yeah. Marla Mellish, personally my pick for player of the game, had 11 points, 3 rebounds, a steal and a block. Just her ability in the backcourt, really like what I said, going off of Emma, not trying to overdo her and not trying to play out of her game. She really just doesn't catch a lot of people's eyes, but she did a really good job tonight. And same with Bella Yancey, too.
I agree. I was going to say it's either going to be Bella Yancey or Marla Mellish, but I think Mellish kind of takes it just because of what she was able to do in the offensive end there and hit some big buckets at times where, again, just like what I said about Di Gregorio, when she was called on, Mellish answered the call. No dumb shots. That's the thing. Team-wide, I think there were a lot of just good decision-making, especially when it came to the shot selection.
For sure.
And, yeah, I would agree with you. I think that it's fair to say that tonight's Nicola Ann Photography Player of the Game is Marla Mellish. I should note here, just looking at the Riverhawks schedule, and we'll get off here quickly. I'll let you guys go enjoy the rest of the national championship or whatever you may be doing on this fine Monday night. This is Monday, yes?
Yep.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
The winter just makes it all confusing. It could be Tuesday, it could be Friday. I wouldn't know the difference. But the Riverhawks will head on the road here now, Logan. This is kind of noteworthy. They'll have a game at Fox Chapel on the 12th, followed by a game at Franklin Regional on the 15th, a game at Shaler on the 18th. They will not be home until the 20th of January when they face Seneca Valley.
Wow. So we got a 12-day stretch.
Yeah, and then you come home and you face a larger school and a non-section opponent to kind of give yourself – it's kind of a barometer game to see where you're at that stage of the season, I think. And it would be really interesting to see what the Riverhawks do here with these next 3 games on the road heading into that game against Seneca Valley before then having another section game, a big section game, you'll imagine at that point, on the 22nd here against North Hills.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Logan, any parting thoughts on the game?
No, I got nothing. I think we've covered it all.
I think we did. That's a very thorough, bang-up job, I think, by the duo of Joe Rhodes and Logan La Flama Blanca Badek. Yes?
I'll explain that to him later.
Okay. Well, you got to watch that show. It's great.
I will.
All right. Well, that about wraps it up. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you out there. Thank you again to our sponsors, of course, Armstrong Indoor Athletics, Birdsfoot Golf Club, Sprankles Neighborhood Market, Nicola Ann Photography, Ryan Bowser State Farm in Ford City, Steffi's Country Catering. And, again, thank you folks out there for tuning in and spending your evening with us here on High Top Sports Network. For Logan Badek, my name is Joe Rhodes. You guys have a great rest of your week, and may no